So, I went to a football game, like the homecoming football game, right? I was here and then I was like, and my friends were by the football game. I paid for my ticket, so I was walking with them. Some of my friends dress like differently. So like people are inclined to hate crime them. So these kids came up to us. They were like really short, right? They were like really short. So they were like middle schoolers or something. They came up to us and they started barking at us. So me being the smart person I am, I could have talked to them, but it was really loud there. They're not gonna hear me. So what's the next best thing right after like talking is fighting. So I saw this mulch over here and I was like, you know what? That's a good projectile. So me being really smart, I went over and I grabbed a handful of the mulch and then I threw it at the middle schoolers and they like ran away. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's probably over with, right? No, we just continued. But then they came back. So we were just like on this path. We were fine. We were doing fine. And I was like, this isn't gonna change anything. Like I was just gonna keep doing the same thing that I already was doing. I grabbed more mulch and I threw it at them again. At one point, we were like by a hill. Here's the kids. They were barking at us, right? There's no mulch by me. There was mulch over here. And so I went up the hill. Like I was being sneaky and I was like crouching over. And then I grabbed some of the mulch and then I went around here. And so then I threw it at them. But there were also more kids over here and they kind of got caught in the crossfire. But really, that's not my fault. They kept following us. There were some teachers over here. We're not going to talk about them yet. I had a water bottle, by the way, that I snuck in. So I was like, the mulch isn't really doing anything, right? It's not, it doesn't hurt. And then I like squirted the water bottle at him. And then the teachers came over and asked us what was happening. And I told them that there were these kids that were calling us slurs. Then we continued on. So there was this mud here because it had just rained and we were just talking. Then this kid came up to us. It was a different kid. It was a different kid this time. He wasn't short. So he came up and he started barking at us. I was like, well, there's no mulch by me. There's no mulch this time. There's no mulch. I didn't do it at first because I looked at the mud and everyone told me not to do it, right? They were like, no, that's too far. That's too far. And so I was like, okay, fine, right? Fair enough. He started walking away. All of my friends, they weren't looking, but I was scheming. I like snuck around my friends while they weren't looking. I grabbed a huge handful of mud. I used my cross-country skills, right? Because I was in cross-country for 2 years. And then I threw it right at the back of his neck. I could tell he like stopped and felt the back of his neck. Everyone was like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you? We were back up at the hill. And so we were just standing here. And then the kids, the middle schoolers that barked at us came up to us and said sorry. I didn't hear most of it. I think the teachers just told them to apologize. Only 2 of them said sorry. No one else came up to us, but yeah, so that was about it. The moral of the story is don't be homophobic because you will get mud thrown at you.